what I need in the basement. Boxes like that.
Pretty sweet in here. Is this the new camera?
Yeah. I think my practice stream may actually be live right now. We'll find out.
Will she just stay like this for as long as I hold it?
Yeah, she doesn't care. Yeah. What's up? Alright, we'll see
See
you
ya.
later.
See you in 5 minutes.
Yeah, no, she will sit on her back as long as you let her. She doesn't care.
You're the picker. How old is she?
She'll be 3 in June.
Yeah.
We're not actually live. Oh no, we are.
Picture of Ollie makes the office.
Can anybody see me right now? Todd, you're standing in front of the camera in case there is. Oh, it says we got 10 views. Like a real amateur hour here. Said we have 10 views, but I can't tell if it is actually streaming. Yes, somebody can see us. So tight. Well, guess what, guys? Jason is late, so I guess I'll start this solo. Well, this isn't cool. This was supposed to be a test stream right now. You guys got to close the door though, because of the light outside. Let's see. Let's make a phone call to Jason and see how late he's gonna be. I don't know if I can carry this show by myself. Should we prank call him? Oh no, this is this one. I can change the voice. I came all the way from Sharonville, and I called him. I was like, "Hey, man, it's gonna be real tight." He's like, "Oh, don't worry about it, boys. If we're 5 minutes late, it's cool." I was doing 85 in the van, whipping.
Thanks for calling. This is Jason.
Oh,
Please leave your name and number.
that's not a good sign, guys. Here, let's meet Todd. Come sit in. The new guy. That's actually supposed to be my spot, but just climb on in here. We're eventually going to bring you in anyways, so. Everybody, this is Todd.
How's it going,
Hey,
guys?
put that in.
Let me get this going.
Todd, how long have you been with us now? Time has gone by so quick already.
I started, I technically worked a week in December.
Yeah.
And then 1 week in February. And then I moved down full time the end of March. So.
Yeah.
Yep.
How's living in the back lot here going?
I like it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You just emptied your black tank, your shitter, for the first time. It's just been accumulating since March, just building up.
No, I have not actually been pooping on it.
You come to the shop for that?
Yeah, I come into the shop for that.
Yeah.
I do pee in it.
Yeah.
So it was probably just that.
Just a lot of
It
yellow.
still says it's full even though we let it go. So there's probably some toilet paper stuck on the sensor. So.
Well, what are you wiping your pee hole? What, if you're not pooping in there, why you got toilet paper going?
No, from the previous owner. I'm actually going to write a bad Yelp review.
Yeah. I thought you got.
I'm going to write a bad review for the place I bought it from because they did not empty it out before I bought it.
Did you dirty, literally. That's not cool.
Yep.
But yeah, so Todd's living in the back lot here. We're at the new shop. He moved down from Michigan. He has pretty much everything that you've acquired in life. He's got 2 dirt bikes here. He's got his toolbox, a big truck, and a big RV, and a little dog.
And my race car.
Okay, pass me Trelly. Look at this is the new shop dog.
Every day she hangs out with us.
Just like that. Trelly hanging out. Say what's up, Trelly. So Todd packed up his life to come join us at 10 Soldier.
I mean, it's.
Do you regret it yet?
I don't regret it. It's living the dream. What else could you want, you know? Like, you live behind a shop that builds really cool cars.
Yeah.
I mean, it's...
That's the equivalent of me when how old are you, Todd?
I turned 24 this year in February.
24. So when I was much younger. I think I was like 17, 18. But I was living out of the skate park that I was working at. And like people were like, you know, I was very fortunate. I had a family take me in. They were great, but they're like, oh, you poor thing. Like if you need to come over and do laundry, I was like, this is good. I love living in this skate park. It's not that bad. So this would be the equivalent to you.
It's pretty close to that because usually Jason and I end up sitting on the couch and watching racing videos on Sundays while I do my laundry at their house.
Yeah, works out good. Is you're gonna have to open that for him. My door is high tech and fingerprint only. He has no access. Jason has arrived, but we're not gonna get Todd out of here yet. I've been introducing Todd and Charlie. All right, fashionably late, Jason. But yeah, no, it's been awesome having you. I know I don't get to spend as much time with you as the rest of the guys because I'm here a lot. But
yeah,
I can't wait for us all to be in this building together, and then you'll get to just wake up and
I'm super stoked, man.
you won't have any commute to work.
Yeah, I'm gonna save about probably $400 a month on gasoline
That'll
once we
be
move
nice.
into the new shop.
That will be nice.
That, and I told the boys, I'm like, if I don't show up to work one day, it's like you should come check on me because there's a problem. I got a fresh battery in the carbon monoxide detector though.
There you go. There you go.
We're ready to rock.
How's the Wi-Fi been treating you out there? Any better? No.
It's hit or miss, man.
Yeah,
some days it works great, and other days it's just like no internet connection at all.
Yeah, we got to run you a hardwire out there.
It's the metal siding on the building really
Yeah.
messes with our
It's a
gangster
struggle.
Wi-Fi.
All right, so I didn't bring my glasses today, which is going to be a problem. Can you read those comments? I think it's just people confirming that we are actually live.
Dig the new chairs and whatnot.
Yeah, so this is this
Do
was
y'all offer installs on your cage kits? Well, here's the man right now that can answer that for you.
all right. So we're gonna swap. If you hop out, Todd.
Yep.
Jason, you're gonna be in my seat so I can man the switches. I don't know why I made the noise. It wasn't necessary. All right.
Oh man.
He's here.
Sorry, I was working on Charlie Brown.
Oh, all good. That's a good reason to be late. I think the people will excuse that.
Yeah. Todd, did Todd hold it down?
He did. Yeah, if you don't mind. Yeah, we just did a little introduction quickly. This was supposed to be a test stream, and it just went live. So,
We just
had to jump in it. But
That's fine.
but yeah, so you're working on Charlie before?
Yeah, we were trying to get some stuff figured out because we're just way behind schedule, bud.
Yeah.
So, and unfortunately, everything that we're working on, Brad has to be the one to do it.
Yeah.
So, I just kind of figured out what I can do to alleviate something.
Just leave.
Just leave and let him do it. So that's what he's doing. But yeah, so we got that. We will definitely we'll be at the No Prep Kings race in June.
Tight.
So and we talked about that in that other video.
Yeah. So people kind of have an idea of.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's I guess another official announcement.
Every time I come to this shop, dude, I get bummed to have to go back to the other one.
I know, that's why I spend the majority of my time here as much as I can.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Liv hasn't seen it in a while. And when we came in, she hadn't seen the hardwood done in the front and all the furniture. So
Yeah, I
she
can't
was
wait
impressed.
to do the drop. Oh, sorry.
No, I'm getting this.
Oh, Rick.
Trelly hair.
Oh, Trelly hair. I can't wait to do like a tour of everything. We will do an open house sometime in November, so it's going to be a banger. We might get 2 mechanical bulls.
So we are actually going to go for an open house in November.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
we gotta blow it out, but
Yes.
it's gonna be awesome.
So
Yeah.
this will be your first open house for a 10 Soldier. Last year, or
We
was that
didn't
2 years ago?
Yeah, we didn't do one last year, so we got to come back this year
Yeah,
strong,
we gotta really
baby.
go. But 2 years ago, it was my first open house, and I found a Hispanic dude that did bull riding, and he brought his inflatable, his whole family, and
It was awesome.
Yeah.
I hope that he comes back.
Oh
dude.
no, we'll definitely. I ended up getting him for a wedding, a buddy of mine's wedding, so we're locked in with him for life. So
I got a guy for that.
yeah. It feels good to be able to say that. Like, I got a guy for that for bull riding.
Yeah.
If anybody here needs it, holler at me.
Yeah, now we can fit the bull riding inside too.
Yeah.
So
Doesn't matter what the weather's gonna be.
we've had a couple hang-ups with some stuff with the shop. It's nothing that we can do. Well, we're trying to fix it, and then just some more electrical work and a couple things that, yeah, man. I mean, I guess we're a small business, but a medium business now.
We're in that weird.
Yeah, it's tough. So there's some stuff that and I'll probably talk about it at a video at some point. But yeah, we just had a couple holdups, but thankfully, where we're at, we can stay, and hopefully within the next month, I think that that's probably optimistic.
Yeah.
But
I remember when we were supposed to be in here like last November.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It's one of them snowballs that rolled, baby.
Yeah.
And then you just don't know.
No, but I see the light at the end of the tunnel. I think we're getting there.
Well, at least you can use it,
Yeah, it's been nice. But again, like I was just telling Todd, like I just can't wait for us all to be in here together.
Well, Todd was working on some chassis stuff, and then Jay was working on another car, and they were like running into each other.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, the new place won't
have that problem ever.
No.
Well,
and even our old shop, like when we didn't manufacture parts and we were just trying to build cars, I think at one point we had 14 cars in that space, which was a terrible idea. I don't know whose idea that was. It was a bad idea.
So, so there's a couple things we're going to cover today.
Yeah.
Well, this wasn't one of the things, but in the conversation that you called me about earlier about a potential podcast, I watched the sizzle reel thing and saw how many cars were lined up in the current shop now. And I was like, geez.
And that was cleared out.
Yeah. It looked so clean. Like it was like nice, proper, but there were so many cars in there.
It was fun to watch that. We'll go over Cincy Street Nights stuff, then we can.
Real quick, since you're here now, like, let me
I'm just bringing up schedule and stuff.
Yeah, lock into this stuff so I can read your guys' comments. Again, this was supposed to be a test stream, so I was not prepared.
Ricky, you're always prepared. This is weird.
I know, dude. I already said it on here, but I whipped the van like I was doing 80, 85 in the van with this brand new couch skirting around in the back to get here on time, only for you to be late.
Well, yeah. And then I had a customer at the shop. Jeff was still there.
Yeah.
So we were, and I wasn't going to cut Jeff short. We have like, and this can just be a time filler here, but Jeff, we're built. I tell everybody we're not building cars, but we have a few commitments, and Jeff Cummings is a local dude. I love him to death. He's actually helped us a lot in this building. But
that's the drywall guy.
No, Jeff does. He works for like a local rental company. So when we need tools and stuff.
Got you.
Sorry, I was pulling the rules up, but he came in the shop like 2 years ago wanting us to build him a car, and we kept telling him no, and then he ended up bringing like a wad of money, and then he's like
kind of harder to say no.
Yeah, wouldn't leave without like giving us a deposit, and then throughout the last couple of years, I've tried to give him his money back multiple times. I'm like, Jeff, I'm good. I don't know, and he's like the most patient man, and like dead set that he will have a tin soldier car. So we finally let him bring it to the shop, and then it took us forever to get going on it because we've had a lot going on, honestly, and then kind of not waiting on Todd, but we knew that Todd would be, could do the work, right? And we've just last couple of weeks we've really been cranking on it, and he is so excited.
Yeah.
Like, it's just awesome. And that, I'm not saying that we're getting back in the car business, but it makes you really pumped when someone's like,
oh, I'm sure.
They're just so excited about everything. It's really cool.
Which one is Jeff's car?
That Corvette. That's
okay. The green Corvette. Yeah.
Cool car.
Yeah. But it's been nice. I mean, we always talk about this, but having just a solid crew of dudes, like it's been nice having Todd in there, like helping Dalton get like not caught up, but like ahead.
Yeah.
And like just seeing how we've been able to empty out the space with projects. Like it's been cool.
Yeah,
to
that's
see.
really like there's not. We have Jared Kokenauer's car that Todd finished the turbo kit and stuff on, and then got like a wing mount and a couple other small things, and then that deal's done. And then we had another car that we were waiting on. Brad was actually going to build the headers for it. That's what he typically does.
Yeah.
But Brad just has that time. So Jaybird kind of jumped into that space about building headers, and man, he's done a fantastic job.
Yeah, those ones turn out. He told me that those were, I think, the first header. Well, maybe not the first, but
yeah, like
that was like a gnarly one to start out.
It's the worst one. Yeah, worst one.
He killed it.
So it's what this car is it has a NA small block in it that Bischoff built.
Okay.
It's a small block, like it's like 500 cubic inch.
Yeah.
Really, really nice engine. But when you're talking about NA stuff, so each of those tubes, right?
Yeah.
There's 4 on each side.
Yeah.
I'm talking to Ricky because
break it down in layman's
if
terms.
you don't know why I'm breaking it down, Ricky doesn't know about cars. So the 4 on each side, and they have to be within a certain parameter of equal length, right?
Gotcha.
You have a little, as close to equal as possible, right?
Yeah.
But you have a little variance. And then the way that they go in the collector, which is that thing with the 4, right?
Yeah.
That's a certain way that they need to go into there.
Gotcha.
And then when you're building, because Tony's my boy,
Mm-hmm.
Tony's the best engine builder on the planet.
Yeah.
When you're building headers for the best engine builder on the planet, and it's the small block that's made the most power ever,
Yeah.
and out of his shop, you're very like, it's got to be perfect.
Yeah.
So Jay, Jay had all that and he killed it.
He did it. He did it justice for sure.
That's right. So I guess we'll swap gears here. We'll go into Cincy Street Nights.
Yeah.
We're paying a bunch of money, and that's all thanks to Edgewater Sports Park. Rob does not. Our first race was a cluster.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
Yeah.
I appreciate everybody that came out. We actually had, around 2,000 spectators that came out for that deal.
For that first one?
Yeah, and it
Oh,
was
that's
a
awesome.
Well, it was like 1,500 paid, but then you get like kids and stuff,
Yeah.
right? So it was still
That's awesome.
it's
turnout.
still like 2,000 people on a day that was like horrible.
Yeah.
The Little Miami River flooded on the racetrack, and then we had.
Was that the first time we've had that happen for a Cincy Street Night?
Yeah, I
event?
mean that happens kind of every year, but like Rob, I'll pick on him now because it's over. I called Rob and I'm like, hey man, there's some people that are like commenting on Facebook like, hey, this river might flood.
Yeah.
I'm like, should we be concerned? Rob's like, no, like it's got to rain upriver a bunch, and then to really affect what's happening
Yeah.
here. And I'm like, I don't live by it. What?
Take his word
yeah,
for
it
it.
sounds good. And then, when you get down there, and you're driving to the racetrack. I don't know if you had this similar experience, but like I got off the highway and it said
Yeah.
it was a flood alert.
Yep.
And then like I'm looking at the river, I'm like, boys, this doesn't like it's probably already over it. Like we're racing jet skis.
Yeah. I took, because, my house now is just right down the street from it. I think I'm like 10, 15 minutes away. It was back roads to get there. And I literally in the van drove through water from a
To get
creek
the-
that raised. Yeah. On the back road. So I was like, oh.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was kind of a cluster. We got through it. We paid $10,000 to win free entry.
Yeah.
Rob paid it. Like, I love that about him, that he's such an honorable track owner. Like
For sure.
whatever he says he's going to do, that's what we do.
Yeah.
And that makes us to be able to promote with confidence, right?
sure.
And then you could travel with confidence. We're never going to advertise a payout and pay you something different. I will say we've had races where we've advertised one payout and we've actually paid more. So,
Not a bad thing.
Yeah, not bad. So Saturday, we have canceled Friday just because the weather looked bad. Saturday, the weather honestly looks pretty decent. It's chance of rain in the morning and then
Yeah.
it goes away. So we're going to push back start time to where it's going to be at 12 o'clock. That's when the gates will open, and we'll do first round around 4.
Okay.
Small tire is going to pay $8,000 to win on a $150 entry and $2,000 to runner up. So there's $10,000 there. We figured we'd divide it up a little bit, give
Nice.
the first loser a little bit of money.
Yeah.
And then if you really suck first round and something happens, it's probably not your fault, right? And you lose. Everybody that's in small tire will have the option to run a second chance race, and that's free entry. So you don't have to pay any more money.
Nice.
Your 150 is going towards that,
Yeah.
and it's going to be $1,000 to win.
Cool.
So if you really suck,
Mm-hmm.
you'll at least get 2 passes for $150, and you get to be at Cincy Street Nights.
Not a bad deal.
Not a bad day.
Sounds like a good time.
And I will say the class that Brad is most excited about, and we might circle back to this, is our True Street class, which is only $80 to enter,
Okay.
and it's $2,000 to win guaranteed.
Nice.
So, like I said, we'll circle back to that. Stick shift is our only non-guaranteed payout class because people like to race it, but there's hardly ever anybody that shows up
out,
for it.
yeah.
So it's $80 to enter, 100% payback, and then we got a bunch of index classes, which 590 index, which is obviously 8th mile, only $60 to enter, 1,000 guaranteed to win, 200 runner up. 650 index, which again is 8th mile, $60 entry, 1,000 to win, 200 runner up. Our 1150, which is quarter mile, $40 to enter, 600 to win, 200 runner up. 13.0 index is $40 entry, 600 to win, and 200 runner up. So a lot of people were you know, the constant complaint, not constant, but people complain about high entry fees with low payouts, right?
Yeah.
So we're like, we're gonna nip that in the butt. We're gonna have a low entry fee, $150 on small tire to win $8,000, no
not
minimum car. That's a great weekend.
Nice.
The one confusing thing about Cincy Street Nights is everybody pays $20 to get in.
Yeah.
So when I went through this, just add $20 for your entry into the racetrack. But you know that 150 is going towards the class purse or whatever.
Yeah.
But True Street, I'm excited about it. There's kind of been a constant, you know, talk about rules.
Yeah.
Because it's really tough to, you know, on a Friday night or a Saturday, we don't have like a full, you know, we have a great staff that's there that meets us there. We only supply a few people, but it's not like we have a huge like tech director, all this stuff.
Yeah.
So we have to keep the rules of the classes pretty simple. It's more like racer policed, right?
Yeah.
And because we've had classes in the past where we had more rules and some of that stuff slipped through, and then people were screaming at me, and I tend to not like that and don't want to have to deal with that. So the True Street class, you know, people have kind of complained that small tires got out of hand. It's really fast, which it is, man. It is fast. And you could rule it to death, but frankly, I don't really want to do that. I want to let it be what it's going to be. And,
For sure.
Which, when you're looking at the scope of an event, we want to pay really fair money.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how do you pay fair money? You have to have spectators.
For sure.
So, and what do spectators like? Really, really fast, sketchy cars.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you don't want to limit it, you know. So it's a tough thing. So I think to give back to the racers, I like our structure the way that it is. And then this True Street class, you have to run on a radial.
Yeah.
It has to be DOT radial. The rules are pretty loose, but that tire is definitely a slow down deal. So it makes it a little harder to get down the racetrack.
Gotcha.
So do we have comments, Rick? Or?
We probably do, but I'm gonna have to read them off my phone
It
because
is really little.
it's really
What happened
tiny.
on the big screen?
It's there, but you know, again, this was all last
I
minute.
like the new setup.
Yeah. This was literally. I mean, earlier I had this table set up for 4 people,
Man,
and
boys, my legs are white.
I know
bro.
I keep seeing we're ghosting. This.
I need
we need to go work on that.
yeah, we need to go to the tanning bed, dude.
Yeah, I might wear some short shorts to Cincy Street Night this weekend. Just get a little
Dude,
base
we are
layer.
white, Rick.
Yeah, let me bring up our comments on the phone because I cannot see. I see emojis.
You
but
did
that's all I can
steal
make out.
Tara's chairs.
Yeah, I'm sure Tara's watching this thinking like, oh man, Ricky just keeps taking all my furniture. I'm going to put this back out. But this ultimately is more of the vibe that I wanted
I
to
like
go
this
with, you know,
vibe.
like,
like we could sit here and hang out.
yeah, I know the big complaint last time, you know, we sat in those wicker chairs that were so uncomfortable.
horrible.
So I was like, you know, if it's just you and I today, let's make it comfortable. So yeah, at some point, you know, when we do have multiple guests, I would like to get like a little like couch or love seat or something with these 2 chairs so we could have, you know, a couple guests.
What I'd like to hear from people in the comments about this is
Yeah.
we've kind of felt like we do really great on the videos. Ricky does, but we do struggle with getting stuff out as fast as we can, right? Because we just want to do a great job.
Yeah.
But we thought about doing more podcasts, which we absolutely are going to do. But I think what the strong suit to the podcast will just be the people that we know.
For sure. We have access to a lot of rad
Yeah, which I
people.
think would make a really great podcast. Ricky obviously has a killer room for it.
Yeah.
So you might see us in the next few months kind of dive into that a little bit more. We're still going to give you video content like we've always done. But just to kind of ramp things up, I think the podcast.
Yeah, I
makes
think
sense.
that would be awesome, like, for lack of better terms, like fillers, you know, in between race footage and shop footage. You know, when we're at a race, you know, I want to make this a mobile thing where at the track we can sit down and interview people or sit down and have the long form thing. So after we put out a race edit, you know, then we can follow it up with someone interesting that, you know, was at the track with us. So yeah, I think it's going to be an awesome way to, you know, just put new content out.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying to find our current live so I can read these comments.
Oh, you're right. I can keep talking because
Yeah, just keep running.
The other thing that we got in the thing that Ricky's been working on, I don't know if it'll drop Sunday or not. at the Rick a comment, but he did a long interview with my dad.
Yeah,
which I
very
think
excited for that.
you guys will really enjoy it. Like, my dad is 80, still drag racing. If there is a video of us going with him last year, but I think everybody will enjoy that.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I'm looking forward to watching it.
Yeah, I've kind of kept it. I want it to kind of be a surprise for you because there's cool things that your father and I spoke about. But yeah, I'm really excited for everyone to see that. And that's another little series we talked about, or I want to do. It's just not just the history, the current people, but like just people talking about their cars, doing like car profiles and things that they've done in this this sport or this scene. And your dad's an OG in it, so it was really cool to see. Long time, man, it was crazy just to hear the the eras that he's been in with it, and it was awesome getting to talk with him. That's cool. So I got him pulled up. I
guess I could look at him too.
Yeah. So if you just go to sorry guys, I'm gonna be looking at my phone, scrolling back. We've actually had a good amount of comments. Thank you guys.
No, we appreciate it.
Man,
oh look, see,
yeah, you gotta put it on silent.
Down. Dude, we look good on here though.
I know,
it's
it looks
nice
so official, right?
setup. Yeah.
I can't wait. Again, this isn't I enjoy doing these with you, but I can't wait for Brad to sit back in so I can be behind the camera and I can switch to all my cool angles. That's what I really want to play around with. But we look like an amazing couple. We got that.
Yeah, we could. I mean, when Brixton's with us, bud, we could definitely be mom and dad.
Where is B? I wish he was here hanging out.
Yeah, he's fun, man. That's cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you go through the comments because you would know the ones to address.
Yeah,
more so with the Cincy Street Nights.
I got it pulled up. It's cool.
I'm really excited. I'll nerd out for a second while Jason goes through these. I got a new camera for the racetrack, and I can't wait.
Yeah,
I'm really
Rick's
bummed that
excited.
Friday night I was ready for a back-to-back so I could get this thing out, but it's going to be the perfect tool for the race
G2K
season.
Racing wants to know if they could get an interview with us. That we could work that out.
We can make that happen.
And he said he's waiting on a weather update. Right now we're going. Friday's canceled. Saturday we're racing.
Saturday is looking good. I think it's forecasted to stop raining at like 6 a.m. So with us pushing the time back, I think it'll be proper.
Yeah, right. So we are not locked into War in the Woods. That's actually the same weekend as what MPK Columbus is. And we will just have the car barely finished. We'll probably test like that week before. So that's not a surface that you want to bring like a fresh car to. We learned that the first time. So we'll be at something a little less sketchy.
It's so funny now, knowing a little bit more, knowing that was the end goal, or not that was the goal for finishing Charlie Brown last season, was to get to the sketchiest track.
Well, and I'll be fair, man. I didn't know I kind of assumed that we were walking into basically what Thornhill is.
Got you.
Right? So
yeah.
I'm like, I'll be all right. But that was not at all what that is. So, and it's fast, man, so, but yeah, so we'll see. We're still kind of a question mark on Gangster's Paradise. We're actually, we're obviously locked into that, but it's still kind of a question mark. If we're going to do.
That one is down by the Gorge track.
No, Gangster's Paradise is back at War in the Woods.
Gotcha.
So, or,
Same
it's at
track,
Brown County.
Gotcha, Brown County.
Yeah. Let's see. Someone was commenting about Brad talking about 4 links, and
I saw that you recently reposted that video. It's
yeah, because we can't set up everybody's car, and that's a great thing.
Yeah,
so.
It's a good starter for people.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people saying that they want to hear more about the podcast and doing a lot of that. So I think that would be cool.
Yeah. So again, we are in a super fortunate position, having access to some of the. I mean, I don't know the industry, but just everyone that I've met through you guys, and seem to be like the best of the best.
Yeah.
So. And then again, people like your father, who never cared to sit in front of a camera and tell their story. Like, I think it'll be a perfect way to put them out, you know, and tell cool stories and get cool conversations out of it. So I'm definitely looking forward to doing that. Like I said, I want to make it a mobile thing. So, you know, I know we already have a decent amount of races that we're looking to do this year traveling. So, you know, while we're at the track, I want to be able to link up with people and yeah, I think it'll be awesome. And then mostly, I'm most hyped for my studio. I'm calling 3.0. It was different.
You've changed it a lot.
Yeah, it was different just like 3 hours ago. It was a whole completely different setup. But yeah, having people come here to the new shop, you know, when their builds are finished or Brad has done a setup for them, like getting them to sit down in this room and us get to chop it up with them. Like, I think it's gonna be awesome.
I think people would be amazed just the amount of like the people's cars that we set up. You know, I think that's a cool thing. Like would Brad do 4 last week or something?
Yeah,
yeah. He was mad at me.
Jam-packed.
Yeah. Well, we had like we kind of had a goal where like we're not going to do any more of these till we get in here.
Yeah.
Well, then that kind of fell through. So you can't just keep telling people no. So we had a pretty big backlog that we had to bang through. So
but he crushed it. And
he crushed it.
But like what a perfect opportunity, you know, like this the headquarters that we've created, you know, like so now when people come to set up outside of the studio thing, I mean, we have a whole front room. I can't wait to share updates of this space, the whole entire building. But you know, if they want to just chill in the front room and watch race videos, that's cool. But I mean, now we'll have the option to just sit down and what's a setup take, like a couple hours, like, you know, so we can do that long.
About a whole day.
Yeah. So you know, we
have a whole hospitality center. Really,
people are gonna be stoked when they come here.
So we had Jeff Thomas was down here getting his car set up, which Jeff owns. He has a shock company. Yeah. And then Jeff is the guy that puts on War in the Woods.
Got you.
So like, but that could have been an awesome thing to sit down with him. You know, me and him had a great conversation, but it would have been awesome if it was here, it would have been so easy to pull him in. But yeah, we got let's see. Yeah, but people are even wanting to be on the podcast already, bud.
There we go.
Yeah.
Give me a list. Let me start planning this out.
Yeah. So, but no, and that's our heart, man. So like, if you haven't picked up our like heartbeat from our videos, like really what we want is to make sure everyone feels included, right?
Definitely.
And that like race cars is expensive. Race carring is expensive. And you have to know where to spend your money, what to spend your money on. And you don't want to blow your whole budget at the first, right? Like, so your first little bit, you spend all your money, you have a lot for it, and you're never going to get to go down the racetrack. Yeah. That's not what we want. We want to show you what to buy to be successful, right? Sure. And that's why we put so much time and energy into the instructional videos. And, you know, if you buy our product and shoot, I'm on the phone a lot of times with people that don't buy our product, but you know, because
Jason is very generous with his time and knowledge.
Yeah, I get yelled at by both Ricky and Brad about being too nice, but it's a hard thing for me, you know, to know that line of like, you know, because you could probably fix it for them, right? They've never spent a dime with you, but you do it in hopes that you know they come back and
I'm sure it's, for lack of a better, paid off down the road. You know,
yeah, it may not sometimes. Yeah.
But you know, Jason is too nice.
Yeah, it may not sometimes, but it's all good. So we got that, and then you know, I guess you could. So a couple years ago, we were on, and hardly anybody knows this, but we did. A TV crew followed us for a year. Yeah. Right after that was when Ricky actually came aboard. And we did like a sizzle reel for a company and like and they literally followed us around for a year. It was kind of an interesting thing. And I think we're going to do like a long sit down podcast with some of the guys that were in that. Yeah. It didn't end up going anywhere. It may later. I have no idea, but right now it doesn't look like it's going to. But it was such an interesting process.
I'm sure it was really cool watching that sizzle reel that you sent me. Just seeing where you guys were at, before I came on, and just seeing that Jay had any involvement, that he was willing, was funny. It was really cool. But yeah, it's a bummer. It's unfortunate how things go with those things. And like you said, who knows? Something could still come of it. But yeah, to sit down and talk about that experience, I'm definitely interested.
Well, and honestly, it pushed us into the YouTube space.
Yeah.
Because we're like, man, if someone's interested enough to in what we do, to invest their time and money into trying to put something together, well, we could absolutely
then it's
do
worth
it.
sharing ourselves.
Absolutely. And like, that's where, obviously I tell everybody how talented you are, but, that's when we kind of got a Ricky in it, and I'm stoked about that, but it's been fun to document it, but it definitely, going through that whole thing kind of prepared us for all of it.
Yeah.
And, and I'll say this to anybody, if you have whatever, if you don't, like, I think on the YouTube space, like, we kind of forget like how many people like that really is. Like, so like, I remember when we got to 10,000, like, we were stoked, but we're also like a little like, man, we could do more than that.
Yeah.
But like, you put 5,000 people in a room, or let's even 1,000. It put 1,000 people in a room. Like, that's bigger than most churches.
Yeah. That's
right.
crazy.
It's a lot of people.
Yeah.
So to think that 1,000 people would be interested and watching or subscribing to your life is crazy. Like, we see all these big numbers, right? But really think about that. 1,000 people interested in your life. And what I've found that I enjoy most about the YouTube space now is looking back on it myself. Yeah. And to have that as like almost a video diary of our lives is really interesting.
No, it's really rad to look at that way. Like, I mean, our life is on the internet. What we've done for the past 2 years of me being with you guys, like, not every big event, but like documenting the beginning of this, like walking, we'll have that forever now. Like, we could always go back and look at, Brixton will be able to look, once you guys pass this on to him, you're like, dang, that's what it started. Like, so it's cool. It's cool that that's like, it's a time capsule. So even if there wasn't 1,000 people watching or whatever, like, we have that forever now, which is a cool feeling.
It is cool.
But it's also been awesome to see the snowball, like how it, you say 1,000 people, but I think I told you the other day, like, and this will sound small maybe to some other channels, or it may sound outrageous to other people who are doing YouTube on here, but man, if you just stick with it, like, not to get into like a motivational thing, like, I just got an email saying that we passed 800,000 views. And I was like, man, that's so tight. Like, we're closing in on 1 million. And I started like doing numbers in my head, like, how long is it going to be for whatever reason? 1 million sounds, that sounds like a cool, like, could we get that by the end of summer or whatever? Not even 2 weeks later, I get an email saying, you've reached 850,000. Like, that was another milestone. I was like, damn, we're crushing. Like, to me, that's crushing.
Yeah,
like, to think where we started when I first came on with you guys, I think we were sitting at like under 10,000 views, like total.
Our videos were terrible, right?
So we were getting like maybe 100 views a video. So it's been awesome. Thank you guys all for that. It definitely, like.
Well, I think that is a good motivational thing to, like, that if you're in whatever your business is, it doesn't have to be race cars, right? Mm-hmm. Whatever it is, document it, man. It's free. Yeah.
It takes a little little time on the back end of things, but you can shoot with a phone and upload it directly. I've seen very successful people in this space, like the automotive world. They don't, this isn't picking on. You just shoot and upload. Like, why not? And not that this needs to go on a YouTube hype ramble, but like, it's just been so cool to see what it's done for us as a business. At the track, people recognize us now from YouTube. Like, there's been some kids, like younger kids, like, they're stoked on Charlie Brown because they saw Charlie Brown on YouTube, So it's such a cool thing. Like,
it is cool.
It's been tight to be a part of.
Well, it's fun to control your own, like, when we went down and we'll talk about that more in detail when we set that up. But like, there was certain things that, like, they wanted you to be a certain way or do a certain thing. And like, you know, we always bucked against that. I felt like the whole time we were who we wanted to be, which way would be why I never did anything. But you know, like in this space, you can be exactly how you want it to be.
Absolutely.
You know, and that's cool. Like, and you can leave a, you know, an everlasting footprint, you know, in the world, which is awesome
For sure.
You know, and like you kind of touched on Brixton, like it's cool. Like now he likes to watch our videos before he goes to bed. You know,
Yeah.
like he points at all the boys and like he says Charlie. You know what I mean? So like he loves it, and I'm like, man, when he gets older and when the girls get older, like it'd be so fun for them to look back on this, you know, video diary of the
Yeah.
boys, you know,
Yeah.
and girls,
And they've been in the video, you know,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
so it's
yeah.
cool.
Yeah. Ricky put together, I got to talk about this. That just made me think about it. Ricky, so Zaya and Emmy had career days at school,
Yeah.
and Zaya's 8 and Emmy's 6. So that's what Zaya's 2nd grade and Emmy's in kindergarten, right? So I'm like, hey, Rick, can you like put together like, you know, a short little video that we can show at career day?
Yeah.
And Rick crushed it, right? He just took some of our own clips and stuff. And then
Real easy.
so I go into career day, and the first class is kindergarten, right? So, and like a couple of the clips he used, like it was one of me like throwing money down the hood of the car, and like the kindergartners, there's
I kind of forgot our audience.
yeah,
the first-
yeah. There was like kind of like some rumbling in the kindergarten room, and then we went to Zaya's room, which I didn't realize like kind of the gap between kindergarten and 1st grade, but this is a big
Significant.
gap. It's significant, and so we do it. We play the video, like we're throwing money around, and there's like this guy, like what? There's a dude like got money waving in the air trying to
Betting
gamble.
on the-
So like the first question was like Zaya's dad, are you rich? It was so funny, man. Like it was such a good time.
But think about that impact. Now kids like, they're like, man, they might grow up to be racers. Like, man, I can make some money off that. Little do they know.
Yeah, it was so fun, man. We had a great time.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's funny. So I'm just kind of looking through. What's up, Poland? One of our Nitrous Express guys is on here. So
Oh, tight.
yeah, I love it. We got new Charlie shirt coming out. We'll have it before MPK.
Tight.
So I mean, we go all out with branding. I have to say.
You think?
Yeah, we changed Charlie Brown's complete logo around
We
for our
did.
boys at Nitrous Express because they helped. You know, it's a partnership, right?
They're taking care of us.
They absolutely did. It's been great working with them. I love their energy. I love people that think about the marketing, right?
Definitely.
I love that, and like I love people that want to be with you for the long haul,
Yeah.
right? So.
We'll have to get some of those guys on a podcast.
Yeah, and they're coming up. I think they're coming up this way. Actually, Jimmy Dale, or everybody calls him Jimmy Dale on the internet, but Tom is going to be at Cincy Street Nights. So
This weekend?
yeah, so maybe we
Oh.
could do a mobile.
Yeah. Or we just bring him back here after. Or something. Or
Yeah, he would probably totally do that.
Tight.
I have to text him,
We'll work something out.
but yeah. Let's see.
It's been driving me crazy. I have a light that should be turned on back here, but
Oh, you got
next
it?
time.
Yeah.
No, it's in here, but I just didn't get it turned on in time. So
That's cool. Well, to wrap it all up, we'll be Cincy Street Nights again this weekend. No racing on Friday. We're only racing on Saturday. It's gonna be $8,000 to win, $2,000 runner up. Rick's gonna be there testing out his new camera.
yeah,
He totally didn't want it to be canceled this weekend just so
Nope.
he can use this thing.
very excited.
What's the model of that?
It is a Canon XF605. Shout out to Corey at Spooled Media. He last year when I was lugging around my big old Canon C200, a big old cinema camera, he kind of was poking fun at me. He's like, "Man, why you carry that big thing around?" And he let me hold his 605, and it was like a 10-pound difference. And I was like, "Man, this is
So that's
nice."
what you're shooting with now is a new one?
Yeah. This is our A cam right now. So
Oh, okay,
So it also does awesome in the studio, but it's gonna be awesome for the racetrack. It has rockers, so I can zoom all the way down and follow you guys. You know, I would get tapped out on my cinema camera. So very excited for
Rick's got
nerding out this
He's
weekend.
got 3 cameras in here, like 6 lights.
Yeah,
Like, this is a whole
it's
deal,
all
man.
overkill. I've told you, I get more creative freedom here than I had in the 4 years with Young Money. And, we had a very successful podcast on Apple, and they just wanted me to set up one camera pointing at Wayne. Like I didn't get to switch through anything. So this has been fun for me.
Yeah, before we get your previous life, if you didn't.
Oh, next time I'll wear my chain for the.
Yeah,
for the
you got to do that. We'll talk if you wear your chain. We'll talk about it. But
Yeah.
Ricky's entirely overqualified to do what he does for us.
I mean, all this seems like overkill, but I love it.
I do too, man. Heath when he set up Heath's interview, like
I had to sell that. I was like, Heath, it's chill. It's the boys will go to lunch. It'll be nothing. And I did the same setup, like 3 cameras, 2 lights, and he's like, oh boys, wasn't ready for it, but
it's funny.
Turned out awesome. So
It's cool.
Yeah, we can talk more on that another time. But yeah, thank you guys again for tuning in. I don't know how many.
Michael Poland already called Jimmy Dale. He's locked in for a podcast. He already locked him in. Cool. See if we could do it this weekend, or if you come like early for War in the Woods, which that would be War in the Woods the same weekend we're going to MPK.
Got you.
But maybe if you guys want to come down early, you can come chill with us.
They're Texas boys, right? They're in Texas.
Yeah, we got to show them around Kentucky.
Yeah. It's about the same.
Yeah.
Texas, Kentucky. Same, but different.
Yeah. Well, they're working on some stuff. We might end up being down there at the end of the year. So
Really? Cool.
Yeah. I want to go to Texas bad. I think it'd be fun. So, and for whatever reason, we were looking up analytics, and like more people from Texas view our website than anything.
Yeah, they were number 1, right?
Yeah, Texas.
Texas and Georgia.
Yeah.
Shout out Texas and Georgia.
Yeah.
The South loves us.
Yeah.
We love the South.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, it's good.
Do we claim the South? Northern Kentucky, do we claim the South? I don't.
Oh, we're absolutely in
We're
the
the
South.
South,
Dude.
okay.
I
We're
mean,
the
you
South.
moved to the North, but
I was there for a summer.
Yeah.
I mean, hardly. I was in the South. Miami doesn't really count as the South.
yeah.
Florida is the South. Miami is not the South.
No, that's a whole different deal.
Yeah, it's a different world.
Yeah.
But, cool. Yeah, that'll be awesome to get to set that up with them. And
Yeah, I like I said, I know Michael's still watching, but man, it's been a joy. Like I love everybody we're partnering with, man. It's working with Lonnie, and I hope you guys enjoyed like the kind of the backstage of seeing the transmission stuff, and then getting to go to Bischoff's shop, which man, I'm thankful we have such a good relationship with Tony to let him, like I don't know if he's ever let anybody walk around like we did with the camera.
That's awesome.
I'm unaware, so
That feels cool.
and then he actually after
Did he watch the video?
he ended. So I went back up there. I had to take him something, and he had some gaskets and stuff for us, but he didn't know how to view the video because Tony doesn't know how to YouTube.
Yeah.
So I sent him like the link and stuff, and he said he had already heard a lot about our video, like just from people walking in or whatever. But then
That's cool.
my buddy Martin Conley, he's real tight with Tony. He said Tony started watching some of the Motivational Mondays and stuff.
tight.
So it's tight. Yeah.
Did I tell you my dad's all about the Motivational Mondays now?
No.
Yeah, I got my dad on the Motivational Mondays. I think we missed like 2 weeks or something, and he's like, "Hey, bub, what happened to?" We've had no motivation. No, it's just been.
That's
Yeah.
funny. That's funny.
That's cool that he's gone back to watch.
Yeah,
it.
it's cool, man.
We got him hip to YouTube.
yeah.
Just
Yeah.
take him being in a video.
Yeah, well, I not like that Tony Bischoff's going to have a YouTube channel now, but it's cool that he's.
You never know.
He even got on.
You never know.
But
Cool.
Well, cool. Well, we'll wrap it up. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Again, we'll see you this weekend. As always, I guess we say the thing, the like and the share.
Yeah,
and
you got it
subscribe.
down. You're the one that has all the practice.
You
with
got
me.
anything to leave them with?
No, I don't think so. Hopefully, when I end this live on here, it actually ends, and
We're not on there forever.
we're not on there. Last time we were on for a second, but
All right.
yeah, thank you guys for watching, checking in with us, and giving
Hanging
us some good ideas. And I'll start writing down some names that want to be on the podcast. I'll reach out maybe.
Yeah, maybe we'll have a lottery of some sort.
Yeah. we'll make something happen. But yeah, cool. So Saturday, Cincy Street Night.
See you there.
We'll see you there. Let's see if this ends. Oh, my back. All right. In stream on that one.